Are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
By 3% or more.
So it doesn't mean that you don't fight for the trans community. Of course you do. You fight to protect their rights. But guys, it isn't a right of undocumented immigrants to get any surgery from America, whether they're trans or not trans. You can't, I mean, how do you not see that you can't come into a place and go, oh, I came here with no documents and, let's be honest, illegally.
What did you say?
Nah, I demand surgery. Brother, you just got here, okay?
I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite, who are hurting tonight.
We told you something that you probably never heard in mainstream media. So they said, oh, filibuster, we can't pass anything. First of all, Joe Biden didn't even propose the public option. He said he was going to, and he didn't. And then they said they were going to do higher minimum wage. That's the first thing Joe Biden pulled out of the bill. So there's a reality. There's a truth. Did he pull it out of the bill or didn't he? Did he propose it or didn't he?
And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy.
And when they don't deliver for the voters, they go, him, it was their fault, And I guarantee you after this election, do you think that Kamala Harris and the rest are going to learn their lesson? There's no chance of that.
And I think we have to be blunt about why. Black voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not.
Aside from buck naked dancing on the top of the table, I don't know what else she could have done.
I think she could have done more. I think she left it all out on the field. I think she raised $1 billion in 3 months. I think that she ran a flawless campaign, and I maintain that.
Cannot have believed that it would be easy to elect a woman president, let alone a woman of color. Let's just be clear.
Instead, they will blame their voters first. They'll talk about, oh, the Arabs and the Muslims, they were the problems in Michigan. They'll talk about young black men didn't turn out. Oh, women should have turned out more. Oh, we Latinos, how dare they go with a racist Donald Trump? And then they'll say, oh, the country's too racist, the country's too sexist.
100%.
In fact, we had a Democratic congressman on today who said those very same things.
It's just, I'm so sick of the refusal to do any self-reflection at all and to lash out as if the electorate, like the onus is on the electorate to get them elected. Like they're entitled to the voters working for them.
I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Well, I think it.
And it's like, no. You're running to be a public servant. They have forgotten that, Jane.
No, absolutely.
And so
Some pundits are asking what the vice president could have done differently to break through with the voters. Of course, she only had 3 months to campaign, rally. She kicked his butt all over the country over the course of those 2 months. She did every debate, every interview. People kept saying they didn't know who she was, so then she told them who she was. So how much more could she have done? Or should she? I mean, aside from buck naked dancing on the top of the table, I don't know what else she could have done.
I think she could have done more. I think she left it all out on the field. I think she raised $1 billion in 3 months. I think that she ran a flawless campaign, and I maintain that.
Flawlessly, this campaign was run. And I think it's important to say that, you know, anyone who has experienced or been in the United States for any period of time and experienced this country's history and knows it cannot have believed that it would be easy to elect a woman president, let alone a woman of color. Let's just be clear. And nothing that was true yesterday about how flawlessly this campaign was run is not true now. I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out and endorsed. You know, I mean, she had every prominent.
I'm sorry. No!
campaign was run.
Should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. Never again. Never again. Never again. Should never
Celebrity voice. She had the Taylor Swift. She had the Swifties. She had the Beehive. Like, you could not have run a better campaign in that short period of time, and I think that's still true.
Flawlessly, this campaign was run.
I can't believe Trump's actually going to win this thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so we believe in freedom. Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? Are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight,
And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up.
Rachel Maddow was even issuing threats to Elon Musk's business empire.
The Defense Department and NASA are going to need a new arrangement for all their rockets and for all the multi-billion-dollar contracts Elon Musk's companies have with the U.S. government. The U.S. government is going to have to either, unwind from all of those contracts, or Elon Musk's companies are going to have to unwind from him. This is an untenable reality in national security terms. Now that we know what we know about Elon Musk.
That sounds a little fascisty to me.
I think the conversation that you were having in the last panel about the Latino vote is really interesting. Some of these numbers are a little bit jaw-dropping, looking at, potentially a 45% for Donald Trump in some states. And that is going to cause a real reckoning within the party on how we talk about, message to, and integrate, a huge part of our base.
It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare.
But Van, how do we know that those people didn't vote? A large portion of those people aren't part of the people that elected Donald Trump.
Well,
right? I think that's a good part of the electorate. And the black women, the Democratic Party, let those black women down. Not Donald Trump.